Hello, my name is Tom McVilly, and I'm going to be showcasing the grey box design for my level on Dead End 4, Back End 4th, um, which is a 3D platformer which is designed around unlocking certain abilities before this level that can then be used to unlock branching pathways and make the level easier. The general aesthetic of this game will be like in a sort of forest / greenery location to mask the game's true intentions, and features several different branching pathways such as here. This cannot be accessed normally, but if I had unlocked an ability prior to this through an extra level, have the wall jump ability that will allow me to get up there. However, now I can't. The player's basic abilities without playing any external levels is just a simple jump and a dash, which takes them far. The final build of the game, the dash will be able to be stopped halfway, like by jumping once more, kind of halting their player's momentum, but that is yet to be implemented. Here, each layer of spikes on each platform will periodically go up and down, kind of requiring the player to time their actions between them without getting hit. The max amount of HP the player has will be 4 hit points before losing a life, having to restart from the beginning. Or if they fall into one of these pits, they'll instantly die and have to go back to the beginning or back to the last checkpoint. These two platforms will be moving back and forth horizontally, so left and right, requiring the player to time their jumps and get a feel for how the player character moves. Here they enter a sort of building, as to why it's in enclosed space. And over here is a secret branching pathway that also requires a wall jump. That will unlock another hidden section that is slightly easier, that also has a collectible at the end. Here, these blue squares represent flames that will shoot out towards the player periodically, same as goes over there, requiring the player to time the jumps in between them. And this jump cannot be accessed without first using the dash, adding extra incentive to use the abilities it provided. The two blue lines here indicate arrows that will shoot out towards the player periodically as well, which requires the player to kind of time their jumps in between them all to get to that platform that also requires the use of dash. Before finally exiting the building and reaching this golden orb, which for now represents a checkpoint, where once collected, if the player dies in any fashion, they return to the checkpoint, and we're also restoring 1 HP. And moving on, these platforms move up and down instead of left and right like previous platforms. And this platform is used to indicate a breakable terrain that once the player steps on it for more than a second or two, will collapse, requiring them to move quickly. Between the two platforms, they'll move out of sync with each other, so kind of requiring the player to think quickly. Each section has a fixed camera that will change between each, like this will be from a top-down perspective, and this will be from a sideways angle. So this section will be hidden out of sight for the player character, requiring the player to kind of go out of their way to try and find a secret room that goes into the story a bit further, as it's just placeholder for now. Here, it's similar to the first beginning of the level, where spikes will periodically go up and down, while also 2 spike balls will swing periodically between there and there. That will aim so that the player can't just jump over all of them. They have to still time the actions and movement between all the spikes, while also dodging the spike balls. Here, there's 2 branching pathways depending on what abilities you have. This is completely inaccessible with the base set of abilities the player has access to. It can only be utilized with the wall jump. And here, designed for the double jump, but can still be accessed via the base set of abilities the player has access to. The blue squares here are indicating flames as before. And while intended for the double jump, can still be completed with the base set of abilities. The platform here will be moving left and right to kind of incentivize the player to think quickly. Flames are shooting out before reaching the end here, where they will get an achievement based on the time they take to complete the level, and take it to the next level, which is currently not completed.